Aloha, y'all. It is Saturday, Saturn's Day, named after Kronos, Saturn's Day. You can see it there. Father time. It is a Saturday. What day is it? The 24th of January. The sun is in Aquarius, 4 degrees. The moon is in Aries, 12 degrees. The sun is conjunct Mercury, which is conjunct Venus. Mars is up in the mix, conjunct the sun. Pluto is right all up in there at 3 degrees. So it's like there is a lot, and that's all trining Uranus and Taurus retrograde. There's a lot of intense energy. The cards we've pulled for the day: the Eight of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups clarifying card, and the wild card comes from Dante's Inferno, Judge of Souls. Very apropos. Maybe I should pull this back. I was trying to do it without it. That's a little better. Judge of Souls. Very Saturnian. Very much like karma. And like, what are you doing? Who are you? Simultaneously, you want what you do, and what you do should reflect what you love, and all this kind of stuff. A lot of energy to balance and talk about here. So Pentacles, if you are an earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, you're a Pentacle, that we all have materiality about us. And the Eight of Pentacles on page 176, I'm doing the work I was born to do. Practicing your skills, encouraging others to be their best, deep satisfaction of your work. Every day you want to be, ending the day being like, I moved forward in ways that I enjoy, but also contributed to the world around me and the joy of others and the beauty, whatever. I mean, it depends on your chart to get into the details here. But anyway, the Eight of Pentacles sets out a crystalline landscape of minerals with many facets, in which a character is seen standing on a golden, elegant structure, fashioning and refining the elements of some exquisite space-time sculpture. Robotic, made of intricate parts and connections, but still in human form, it is clearly absorbed and attentive to the task at hand. If this was a human being, perhaps an artist, we might assume he was in a state of flow, completely absorbed, honing and perfecting his skills, creating a meticulously detailed piece of work which expressed something essential about his nature. Right? I've heard some great quotes like, those who aren't doing outward work doesn't mean they're not working, right? You might be imagining, you might be thinking, you might be composing a story in your head or whatever. You want it to reflect in the outside world and be a product of, blood, sweat, and tears in the 3D at some point. But just because you're not smashing a rock in the the trenches all day, every day, it doesn't mean you're not working. Simultaneously, the paradox, like, what are you doing with your time and energy? We may be able to delegate tasks to artificial intelligence or robotic forms with robust efficiency. How many of you, use AI? But to be conscious of the process of creation may well remain a uniquely human phenomenon. The being, the witness self, the hub of the wheel. To take on something intrinsically valuable and use a range of intelligences keeps something crucially alive in us. That's why we're here. Education socializes us for the world of work. All in all, you're just another brick in a wall. We don't need no education. We do, and simultaneously there's shout out to that. It has traditionally focused on external reward and merits rather than internal intrinsic motivations. Like, how are you a bee in the hive, and what honey do you make, and how much honey do you make a year, and can you sell that honey? That kind of stuff. Are you guarding the queen? What's your shift for guarding the queen? You get a pension for being a military brat or whatever. So what you do matters, but then we focus so much on that, a lot of people have lost the spark, right? They just kind of go through the motions of being, and they say there's got to be more than this. And there is. But that does not negate the fact that practicality and embodiment, can look mundane at some level as well. So education socializes us for the world of work. It is traditionally focused on external rewards and merits rather than internal intrinsic motivation. This will have to transform, all this Aquarius energy, if we are to encourage people with flexible skill sets and knowledge to work across different disciplines and collaborate virtually, especially considering AI is taking all the jobs soon. Robots. The Eight of Pentacles invites you to look deeply into your world of work and review those projects and moments where you felt most alive, inspired, capable, absorbed, and joyful. Look at where you need to apply yourself fully and feel the joy in doing it, of doing it well and to your fullest competency. In the card, the character has many characteristics of a robot, and yet it still maintains a human form and is clearly absorbed in the task. I'm playing with the possibility that no matter how much we may become enhanced beings, the sense of our own corporeal existence will be seen as a treasure. Our consciousness is a mind-body consciousness, unique and precious. If you have neglected your physical form, then this card is calling you to use it and fully experience it. Stretch, breathe, dance, go for walks. Like, we're here to be living being bodies in time-space, so don't avoid that. We can get very wrapped up in just sitting on the couch and watching Netflix and feeling comfortable, That's not what we're here for. It's not bad, but like we're here for more than that. Doesn't also mean stay in the desert and, bake every day dehydrated building a pyramid. That's not what we're here for either. You're not going to probably on your deathbed be like, "What was my stock trade?" or "How many bricks did I put into that pyramid that no one's going to see?" or whatever, right? It's a combination. It's working with the imagination, North Node in Pisces, Saturn, Neptune conjunct in Pisces, but also like revolutionizing how you operate as a being that is inspired in the world. Aquarius energy all day long. So, if you have neglected your physical form, get into it, right? If you've neglected to stretch your mind, very much the Pluto in Aquarius conjunct the Sun and Mercury and Venus and Mars, it's like we're having to blow our minds here. It's like, whoa, what happens when traditional work or traditional education isn't going to be what it was for most of human experience recently in history? What then? Who are we? What do we do? It's time to indulge in the amazing fact you can extend yourself, touch the lives of others by creating solutions. When you are willing to put in the real work to bring something about, it enhances your innate sense of being and you become absorbed in life. That's kind of what every day you wake up and say, how can I serve myself and my needs, and how can I serve the needs of the other selves around me? And that's the dance of being, right? Practice your skills, encouraging others to be their best in deep satisfaction of your work. Very much a Saturn stay card. Knight of Cups, clarifying card. If you're a cup, you are a water sign. So Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces. And the Knight of Cups is the fiery part of the water, right? I artfully negotiate for the best solutions on page 78. Rising to a challenge. We've got to rise to the challenge of what to do with, time and what happens. Was the point of being a human just to be more efficient at working? Probably not. But does that mean don't work at all? No. Like work should, reflect your joys and dreams, and what would you ask a genie for? Work towards those things. Rise to a challenge, attain an emotional goal, poetic and romantic. With the North Node in Pisces and Saturn, Neptune in Pisces conjunct, I think we still have to, follow our dreams, but the dream is to inspire action. It's not just to have a dream and masturbate. It's to inseminate and have a child and raise it, basically, creatively, in the material. But that dream has to be, the driver. A dream is a wish your heart makes. So where's your heart leaning, and put more energy into those things. Knowing that there's going to be work involved. It's not just daydreaming all day isn't going to cut it. So the Judge of Souls, very apropos on this Saturn's day. On page 16, number 6, there Minos stands in horrid guise and snarls. Inside the entrance he examines sins, judges, and as he girds himself commits. Canto 5. The Journey. Dante encounters Minos, the ruthless king of ancient Crete who stands at the entrance to hell. His supreme will commands each incoming soul to confess their misdeeds in life, and he dispatches them directly to the lower plane that most suits their sins. It's like, how did you fuck up? You're going to get judged now. That kind of stuff. Compassion and empathy are wonderful virtues, right? Saturn, Neptune, and Pisces, North Node in Pisces, Jupiter in Cancer. But there are times when your head must rule your heart. All this Aquarius energy. This card reminds us that there are hard, often painful choices we must make, and we should not give in to the temptation to take the gentler path that would satisfy others. You have to be authentic to yourself, even if it's inconvenient for others or you don't get approval. This is one of the lessons of Aquarius. Do your thing, fuck the approval, but do something, and ultimately you have to approve of yourself. Minos' unrelenting gaze sees past all of our explanations and justifications, comprehending the cold, hard facts. The cold hard facts. At this time, you must have ice water in your veins. Demand the truth from everyone, including yourself. Set passion aside and take the course of action that is wisest and most prudent. So, we're all going to have to probably readjust our dials and say, just the college degree isn't exactly what it is, what it used to be, or 9 to 5s and all that kind of stuff, given robotics and AI and globalization. Where do we have our genius still within that circumstance? What do you, where's your heart leaning, and how do you make those wishes come true in the real world? Don't just sit there. You're going to be judged ultimately by yourself, I think, for what you did with your time and energy, and your excuses won't matter at that point. But at the same time, you don't want to be living somebody else's dream, because that's not authentic, right? So do the work, but also dream big and make the work happen, right? Rub the genie lamp and then walk the path, knowing that you're going to be scrutinized no matter what you do, and it's going to have to pass your litmus without bullshitting yourself, which is a tightrope to walk indeed. If you've enjoyed this, leave a tip, tag somebody that might also enjoy it, holler for a reading. $50 for an hour of cards, $150 for 3 hours of astrology, half off for birthdays. Happy birthday, Aquarius. Half off for card readings if you get somebody to come to me. Enjoy your Saturn's day, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Adios.